everyone, I'm Sean Farrell, and welcome to This Month at the Library. Much of June is still technically spring, but for many people it marks the unofficial beginning of summer. This, of course, means that we have even more great events for you to enjoy, so let's get right to them. View the entrants and winners of this year's Avalon Historical Society photo contest at the Avalon History Center all month long. Stop by to see just how much talent resides on our beautiful island. The month of June will also see our Spring into Summer Community Scavenger Hunt. Stop by the library any day from the 1st to the 30th to pick up your scavenger hunt sheet and then visit the listed local businesses during operating hours to get the sheet stamped. Showing your library card at some locations will also nab you special incentives and discounts. When you're finished, drop the sheet back at the library no later than the 30th to be entered to win fun prizes. As a part of this year's Spring into Summer festivities, the Avalon Historical Society will host a pair of historic marker dedications in June. The first will mark out the Wells Memorial Presbyterian Church at 126 9th Street on Saturday the 6th at 12 p.m., while the second will denote the United States Life Saving Station at 76 15th Street on the 20th, also at noon. Stop by each location at those times to see the markers being revealed. We will show June's art house film on June 8th at 5 p.m. This month's selection is an unfinished film. In January 2020, director Xiao Rui reunites his cast and crew to complete a film that was abandoned during production 10 years earlier. However, the team is suddenly placed into lockdown together during the onset of COVID-19. Confronted with the challenges of the pandemic, Xiao Rui and his crew are forced to determine how to move forward in a rapidly changing world. This film is not rated but contains some mature content. While privateering in New Jersey is one of the most colorful chapters in the state's history, it is also one of the most misunderstood. Were privateers the same as pirates? What was the New Jersey Admiralty? What did the privateers do? Who were the privateers? Author Robert Cobb will present Privateering in New Jersey during the American Revolution at the 39th Street Tennis Building at 1 p.m. on June 11th, in which he will address these questions, while also providing a brief introduction to the subject. Intended to take stories mostly rooted in New Jersey folklore and place them within a historical narrative based on facts. People of a certain age may remember the spectacle of horses diving at the far end of Atlantic City's Steel Pier, back when the site was known as the showplace of the nation. Others may wonder at the many references to the equine athletes that linger to this day. What was it about the act that continues to capture our imagination? Cynthia Brannigan, who had the privilege of rescuing and caring for the last diving horse, will regale you with stories about the act's colorful history on Saturday the 13th at 2 p.m. in the 39th Street Tennis Building as she presents Rescuing the Last Diving Horse. The talk will be followed by a Q&A and book signing. The Avalon History Center's annual open house will take place on Thursday the 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come by to see their exhibits, meet new friends, and enjoy some locally made light refreshments. Attendees will also have a chance to learn about the History Center's various initiatives and participate in their ongoing video and oral history programs. The library's Summer Author Series kicks off with local favorite Sarah Goodman Confino at Surfside Park on Thursday the 18th at 7 p.m. Author of Don't Forget to Write, which takes place right here in town, she will talk about her new book, Off the Record, and be available for book signing. Bring your chairs and blankets to the park and settle in for a fun chat. Books will be available for purchase from Beachbound Books, and in the event of inclement weather, the talk will move indoors to Community Hall. The library is co-sponsoring several concerts at Surfside Park in June as well. First up is the Peter Mayer Group on Friday the 19th at 7 p.m. This is followed by Jimmy and the Parrots at 6:30 p.m. on the 20th as part of the Solstice Festival, and then the season's first Thursdays at Surfside concert on the 25th at 7 p.m., featuring Yellow Brick Joel, a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel. Make sure to bring chairs and blankets for the concerts, and note that each will move indoors to Community Hall should the weather take a turn. Philadelphia Flyers legend Joe Watson will be at Surfside Park on the 21st at 4 p.m. to talk about his memoir, Thundermouth, his time as a part of the Broad Street Bullies, the Stanley Cup Championships, and more. On Monday the 22nd at 7 p.m., Carol Fitzgerald from Book Reporter is back for the 10th year in a row to share her recommendations for the books you won't want to miss in 2026. Covering titles across genres and themes, she'll clue you in on which books are guaranteed to sizzle this summer and help you fill out your TBR list. In honor of America's 250th birthday, the Bay Atlantic Symphony will be at the library once more on Monday the 29th at 7 p.m. to present an all-American musical tribute. The songs selected will chart our history, from our independence and the Liberty Bell, through the Civil War and Lincoln's immortal words, industrialization, and the experience of immigrants who shaped our country. The concert will also feature other fun-loving music that has shaped our country, with selections from West Side Story, a John Williams tribute, Sousa marches, and some good old-fashioned Americana that will make this an exciting concert worthy of the spirit of America. We're launching the 7 Mile Island Silent Book Club on Tuesday the 30th at 5 p.m. at the 30th Street Beach. Bring your book and your beach chair and join other readers for this growing trend. There are no assigned books and no discussion required. Just spend an hour reading quietly as a group and then feel free to share and discuss what you're reading with others afterwards. This event is co-sponsored by the Avalon Free Public Library, the Cape May County Library System's Stone Harbor branch, and the Roasted Beet. In the event of rain or other unpleasant weather, it will be canceled. Our friends in the Bay Atlantic Symphony will be performing at the Episcopal Church of the Advent, located at 612 Franklin Street in Cape May, on June 4th at 7 p.m. as a part of the annual Cape May Music Festival. In a program entitled Song and Dance, they will highlight Bach's Violin Concerto, Foote's Serenade, and Tchaikovsky's Andante Cantabile, as well as Arensky's variations on another Tchaikovsky theme. Order tickets and learn about the full festival, which runs from the 1st through the 21st, at www.capemaymac.org. Sea Isle City Restaurant Weekend will take place on June 5th, 6th, and 7th, offering up a host of great deals at several of the town's best restaurants. Head to www.seaislechamber.com/restaurant-weekend to see the full list and check out their menus. Stone Harbor follows that up with their own restaurant week running from the 7th through the 13th. More details will be available at www.stoneharborchamber.com. The 42nd Annual Avalon Garden Club Flower Show, titled Jubilant Reflections, will be held from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 6th at Avalon Community Hall, with the awards ceremony to be held at 2 p.m. All attendees are welcome to vote for their favorite exhibits, and raffle tickets will be available to win one of the many beautiful hanging plants and patio pots. For more information, visit avalongardenclub.org. Some of the books coming to the library in June include Maggie O'Farrell, the author of Hamnet, returns with Land, which follows surveyor Tomas and his young son Liam as a mysterious encounter during their mapping of a remote Irish peninsula alters their course and entwines their family with buried histories of loss, rebellion, and the land's stubborn memory. In the latest novel from popular author Ann Patchett, Whistler, Daphne Fuller, reunited by chance with the former stepfather who briefly transformed her childhood, revisits the tragic event that bound them, exploring how memory, loss, and the feeling of being truly known by one person can shape an entire life. Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray team up once again for A Pair of Aces, a gripping novel about two trailblazing women on opposite sides of the law, a prosecutor and a madam, who team up to bring down notorious mob boss Lucky Luciano in 1930s New York. In The Unicorn Hunters by Catherine Arden, a young monarch desperate to save her throne conceals a secret marriage in the shadows of an enchanted forest and unknowingly alters the fate of her world. In Andrew Sean Greer's Villa Coco, a young man becomes the all-purpose assistant to a flamboyant 92-year-old baronessa in her crumbling Tuscan villa, tumbling into comic misadventures while helping her pursue a final long-lost love, and accidentally discovering who he wants to become. Some movies that will be available at the library in June include in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Mario ventures into space, exploring cosmic worlds and tackling galactic challenges far from the familiar Mushroom Kingdom. A 19-year-old animal lover uses technology that places her consciousness into a robotic beaver to uncover mysteries within the animal world beyond her imagination in Hoppers. When a new ghost-faced killer emerges in the town where Sidney Prescott has built a new life, her darkest fears are realized as her daughter becomes the next target in Scream 7. In You, Me, and Tuscany, a woman crashes at an empty Italian villa, posing as the owner's fiancé, and she discovers an unexpected romance that could transform her life. The Mastermind follows failed architect James Blaine Mooney and his cohorts who wander into a museum in broad daylight and steal 4 paintings. When holding on to the art proves more difficult than stealing them, Mooney is relegated to a life on the run. That's it for this month. If you have a bit of news or an event that you think we might want to include here, send me an email at sean@avalonfreelibrary.org. Have a happy June, and I'll see you in the library.